Hello everyone, welcome back. We've got another trade video to discuss. We've seen two trades from over the past little while. We saw a young player swap between two Canadian teams, and the Trouba saga is over. He has been moved. We'll get to all of that coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Intent Hockey channel. Before we get into this video, with the latest video, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for your support. We're new to it, so help you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below, and if you will comment down in the comment section below, something else in today's video. So in today's video, we got two trades to discuss. We're going to start with the smaller one. Both trades happened earlier today, and there were some interesting ones. So first up, we saw a young AHL player swap between the Montreal Canadiens and the Edmonton Oilers, and it trades as follows. It's a 1-for-1 deal. The Oilers acquired Jacob Perreault from the Montreal Canadiens in exchange for Noel Hoefenmayer. Now, this is a small move for both sides. Hoefenmeyer's a 25-year-old AHL defenseman. Perreault's a 22-year-old AHL forward. Now, I think the Oilers do get the better of the deal. Perreault is in the final year of his ELC. He's a former first-round pick, 27th overall in the 2020 draft. Perreault does have one game of NHL experience back with the team who drafted him in Anaheim in 21-22 season. Last year, he played in the AHL, putting up 20 points in 44 AHL games. So far this year, split time between the AHL and ECHL, putting up 5 points in 5 ECHL games. Also has no points in 6 AHL games, so hasn't looked overly great at the AHL level the past couple of years. He is a former first-round pick, so maybe this works out for Edmonton and eventually can be a solid bottom six forward. But for the time being, he's going to be an AHL player there for the Oilers, and is a solid call-up option if they run into a lot of injuries. So pretty good pickup there for the Oilers. Meanwhile, for the Habs, they get Noel Hoefenmayer. Hoefenmeyer's in the final year of a one-year, $775,000 AAV deal. He's a former fourth-round pick of the Arizona Coyotes. Hasn't gone to any NHL game action so far last year, playing 47 games at the AHL level, putting up 18 points. This year has 7 points in 11 AHL games, so he's been a lot better at the AHL level this year than Jacob Perreault has, so maybe the Habs get a solid pickup here. Hoefenmayer, with the depth that the Habs have in the blue line, it's probably going to be a call-up option. He's probably their 10th, 11th defenseman on the depth chart, so probably mostly spend the rest of the year at the AHL level, but maybe could be a call-up option, and I think will be either an RFA or UFA at the end of the year. So interesting prospect swap there for those two guys. Like I said, I think because Perreault's a former first-round pick and a lot younger, I think the Oilers would get the better of the deal here, but Hoefenmayer seems to be having a pretty good season at the AHL level and could be a solid pickup there for the Habs. So interesting move there, but the Montreal Canadiens and Edmonton Oilers make a prospect swap. And lastly, we saw the Trouba saga finally end. Now, earlier today on Friday, we saw a lot of reports saying that Trouba was going to be held out of the current Rangers game that is playing against the Pittsburgh Penguins due to roster management reasons. There was a lot of talk from multiple sources, Pierre LeBrun, Frank Seravalli, Elliot Friedman, that Trouba was going to be scratched due to the roster management reasons. They got in a lot of trade interest on Trouba, and that they were either going to make a trade in the very near future, or there was a possibility they were going to move him on waivers at some point, either today or tomorrow. Well, the waiver opportunity passed and he wasn't on waivers, so that wasn't an option for at least today. And then a couple of hours later, we saw Trouba be dealt, and it was to Anaheim. The trade was as follows. Trouba, with his full $8 million cap hit for this year and next year, was traded to the Anaheim Ducks in exchange for young defender Urho Vaakanainen and a 2025 fourth-round pick. So it's a low return for the Rangers, but they finally get out of their Trouba deal. Don't have to retain any sort of money on him, so that's a fantastic move there for the Rangers. For the Rangers, they get two pieces here. Trouba, like we said, he has been a defensive liability over the past couple of years, has not been the player who they acquired a couple of years back from Winnipeg, but with the sort of defense they have, they still have Miller and Lindgren on the left side, they have Fox and Schneider on the right side. They still have a fantastic top four even without Trouba, so they get some cap space now in the deal, and they move off from Trouba. They do get two pieces in this deal. First is Urho Vaakanainen. Vaakanainen is 25 years old. He's in a one-year deal with AV of $1.1 million. He's a former first-round pick, 18th overall in the 2017 draft, but he's never really worked out overly well as much as he was a first-round pick. He's turned into a serviceable NHL defenseman, but he's not been the solid top four defenseman everyone thought when he was drafted. Last year was his best season to date, putting up a goal and 14 points in 68 NHL games with the Anaheim Ducks, that being his third season with Anaheim after being acquired. I think it was the Kasha deal, I might be wrong, but he was acquired in a trade that sent him to Anaheim, and now the Ducks have sent him to New York. He so far has an assist in 5 games this year, so I think he could be a solid, serviceable third-pair defenseman for the Rangers. He could be a solid 6-7 guy for New York, so that could be a really good pickup there for the Rangers. It's not going to be a huge upgrade on Trouba, but he's a solid third-pair defenseman. And the fourth-round pick is a conditional pick. It's a 2025 pick. The Rangers will receive the lower for the Red Wings and Ducks 4th round picks this year. So Ducks have both their own and the Red Wings 4th round picks. So whichever one winds up being lower in the draft order come the 2025 draft, the Rangers will receive. So interesting trade there, but the Rangers get a decent draft pick that they could maybe use at a future date to try and get some upgrades, and a serviceable third pair defenseman Vaakanainen for moving off from Trouba. And Trouba's new home is now in Anaheim. Now, according to a couple of reports I've seen at least, originally, a lot of people were thinking that the major interests, according to Emily Kaplan, were Columbus, Buffalo, Ottawa, and Detroit. So the 3 rebuilding Atlantic Division teams in Columbus all had major interests. And according to another recent report I've seen, I'm not exactly sure from who it was, they said that Trouba did block a trade to Columbus with his no trade clause. He does have a 15-team no trade list, so he blocked a trade to Columbus. So he didn't apparently have any interest in going to Columbus, but he did apparently have to waive his no movement clause, his partial movement clause, to go to Anaheim. So he apparently seems to be open to the idea of going to Anaheim. So he goes there. He's got this year and next year left at $8 million cap hit. So it's not an overly long-term deal for the Ducks. They got this year plus next year, and they have a ton of cap space as well. So they can take on this sort of a contract. Trouba, the past couple of years, has not been an overly great player. Last year had only 22 points, including 3 goals in 69 games, after 2 years prior having 39 points in 81 games. So he has not had an overly great stint this year so far, had 6 assists in 24 games. He's not been overly great defenseman for the Rangers, so hopefully a change to Anaheim sort of rejuvenates him. We know the Ducks have an extremely young blue line, with Cam Fowler and Brian Dumoulin being the only real veteran-type defensemen. They have a lot of younger guys like Mitnyakov, Zellweger, and a couple of other younger guys, Hellison, Lacombe. So they have a lot of young blue liners on that team, so adding another veteran to that blue line, at least for next year or two, could be a very fantastic pickup there for the Ducks. The cap, it's not overly great, but like we said, the Ducks have cap space to boot, and this could be a really good pickup there. I think Trouba should fit in really well in like the second pair, maybe with a guy like Pavel Mitnyakov or Zellweger on the second pair. And I think that could be a really good pickup there for the Ducks. So all in all, it's an interesting move. I think the Ducks would probably win this, just given how much of a better value Trouba is, even at the bad cap hit, than what the Ducks gave up. But I think the Rangers do get a really good return here by getting a serviceable third pair defenseman, a draft pick, and $6.9 million on the cap. So it's an interesting move there for both sides. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on all this and who you think won these 2 deals down in the comment section below. That's all I want to talk for today. And do you think that the Rangers are better by moving Trouba? Do you think the Ducks have gone a really good blue liner in Trouba? And who do you think won the Habs and the Oilers young player swap? Definitely let your guys' thoughts on all that down in the comment section below. All I want to talk for today. Until this video, if you'd like to subscribe down below. Thank you all for your support. We're new to it. You guys, so if you haven't already, don't forget the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to comment down in the comment section below. So you can also go to this video. Also a blog to news, rumors, analysis. If you're asking, check that out. The link down in the description below. And can't wait to see you guys all for next video. See you guys soon.